electing you 5 times doesn't mean that the election was fair and free.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Don't you think that is a ridiculous...
Why have you run for 5 terms? Why?
It is about...
So you needed 5 terms
It's about what should be done.
He's asking him, you needed 5 terms to do what?
To do what?
Yes, exactly.
Tell me.
To start from zero to where we are now. To do things by ourselves.
Why in other democracies like the United States and Western Europe, why in those democracies we don't have one man ruling for 5 terms because he needs to do stuff?
That is because...
Okay, why don't we have more than one leader in Uganda? Mr. President, why don't we have more than one leader?
He won't let go. I love him. Why don't we have more than one person? Why do you think you're the only one who can actually do it?
Never happened in Western democracy.
Well, that's their problem, because they don't have...
So they have a problem?
I like the fact that he corners him. He's like, okay, why don't we see Western democracies having one man leading for 40 years? Oh, that's their problem. Oh, it's a problem that they don't have dictators?
In Western democracy.
Well, that's their problem, because they don't
So
have...
they have a problem?
They have a problem because...
He even laughs at himself, you know. He's like, oh, did I say that?
Are you going to change the constitution?
I cannot change the constitution because I don't have that power.
Ladies and gentlemen, he did. He changed the constitution of the Republic of Uganda. He sent his jack-booted thugs under the presidential protection team called the Special Force Command. They switched off the lights. They beat up people. We became a mockery across the world. And the constitution was forcefully amended. So he doesn't really care about whatever.
Is this something that is in the discussion now in Uganda?
That is speculation. And
those were speculations. Okay, I'm here to tell you speculations actually were true.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
And yes, indeed, presenting to you from these United States of the America, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching me. My name is Mordecai Morisa, and you're welcome to Mordecai Morisa Live. Exactly. Thank you so much from wherever you're watching me and at whatever time you might watch this. Thank you so much. Are you ready to go? Yet again, here we go. I want to extend my sincere appreciations to the people that I see. I think from Malawi, people from Zambia and Zimbabwe, people from Kenya, and people from, I think, is it Sierra Leone? And there's Liberia. Many people who watched our last commentary. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate all your support and all your love. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, again tonight we look at the long ruler on the African continent, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, a man who is hell-bent on keeping power in every way possible, by all means necessary. He's kept this firm grip on power since 1986. When he came to power, back in 1986, he told us the problem of Africa were leaders who overstayed in power. He wants to be in power for 45 or 50 years. Unbelievable. What a betrayal. That's what he told us. You know, the problem of Africa are leaders who overstay in power. He wants to be in power for the next 45, for more than 50 years. And we are here to say no. You're not going to stay in power for this long. And as a journalist, I'm going back and revisiting some of the interviews because I went to the university and pursued a bachelor's degree in mass communication and journalism. And my question has always been, how has this man been able to prevent himself from being held accountable by folks that have had an opportunity to interview him in Uganda? And I finally found out, first of all, they're afraid of him. They've seen what he's done to the journalism as a career in Uganda, confiscating equipment of people, beating them up, brutalizing them, maiming them, and many of them being killed. So they're afraid. By the time they tell you, hey, you're going to interview Museveni, you're already afraid. So now I'm looking at other interviews where he's being interviewed by folks who do not live in Uganda, non-citizens, like we looked at Lindsay Hilsam of Channel 4 News, and I truly appreciate that you watched that conversation. And now we're going to look at, I think his name is Muhammad Val of Al Jazeera. I interviewed him a few years ago. You're going to see. And of course, I think I should warn you in advance what happened in this conversation. As you know, every time Museveni is interviewed, any interview is going to slip into a familiar pattern of lengthy and unsolicited lectures, these evasive deflections, the carefully crafted narrative that, oh, look at me, poor me, Museveni. I don't want to be in power. People force me. I'm this reluctant ruler who has kept this firm grip on power because people force me to be in power. Unbelievable. Anyways, before we do that, I ask you to subscribe to the feed, Mordecai Murisa Live. That's the YouTube. And I would truly, truly appreciate. Now, without further ado, or with all those niceties out of the way, let's jump right in. Here is Al Jazeera's interview. Al Jazeera interviews Museveni.
So, President, it seems that Ugandans are a little bit fed up with you because we are reading a lot of reports about this Facebook revolution, people trying to go to the streets even though they are prevented. They are afraid, of course, of the security forces, but they want to create something like, the Arab Spring in Uganda. People are fed up because it's more than 3 decades of your leadership, and term after term after term, it's only one man ruling the country, and the world around Uganda has changed. All presidents around Uganda have gone, but you. So do you agree with me that there is a little bit of fatigue of your leadership?
Have you heard of something called democracy?
Again, like I told you, these unsolicited lectures. Oh, have you heard of something called democracy? Now, let me teach you about democracy. Sad.
Have you heard of it?
I heard of it.
Democracy means you elect the people you like. We had elections about 1 year ago, and my party got 62% of the vote. And in fact, it would have been more if it was not for quite a bit of spoiled votes. So that does not show that the people of Uganda are fed up of our party because they have voted for us 5 times, winning free competition.
The question is actually about you, not the political party, the NRM. Don't you think people are disenchanted? They are disenfranchised. They are tired, disoriented with the regime, with yourself. So,
if you think that the majority of Ugandans are fed up of the NRM, then the vote doesn't show that.
Electing you 5 times doesn't mean that the election was fair and free.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
And that's what the opposition says. The opposition says you were elected 5 times because you're in control, you're in the government, and you control the military, and you can easily manipulate the elections.
So why did we lose some districts?
Again, you see how he plays this game? Because that's what you do. For formality, you want to create some sort of a competition to the outside world. It is a hybrid system where you want to present yourself like you're some sort of a democracy, but you know what you're doing. The military is being commanded by your own son. And then you have all your henchmen and minions and lackeys occupying different offices who do your bidding. What do you mean if you give opposition? For example, let me give an example. If you might be watching from away from Uganda. For example, the Ugandan parliament has over 500 members of parliament, and the opposition has only 100 and plus a few of them. Of what difference does it make if Museveni is able to manipulate the electorate in the majority of the constituencies? Does it really matter if he leaves like a few constituencies to be won by the opposition? Absolutely not. He knows what he's doing. Create a semblance of an opposition, but you know what you're doing.
In the elections.
Why did we what?
Why did we lose elections in some districts.
Oh, but that's just to justify, to
Exactly.
make it look like a real democracy. You have
Exactly.
to lose something.
It was arranged.
Exactly, you know. And he has this funny confidence. He knows what he's talking about. Yes, he was arranged.
That we handed some districts to the opposition.
Yep.
Why, Mr. President, have you
Don't you think that is a
Why have you run
ridiculous?
for 5 terms? Why?
The issues of countries are issues of destiny.
Again, evasive deflections. Why are 5 years? You as an individual, they're not talking about Uganda. Why are you thinking that you can run for more than 1, 2, twice, thrice? How many times do you want to run as president?
Not mere appearance and theater. It's not theater. It is about.
So you needed 5 terms to.
It's about
to do
what should be done.
He's asking him, you needed 5 terms to do what?
To do what?
Yes.
Exactly.
Tell me.
To start from zero to where we are now.
It is so funny. He says to start from zero to where we are now. Museveni, you didn't start from zero. I'll give you an example, ladies and gentlemen. Many of the roads that we have in Uganda were constructed under the leadership, non-perfect leadership, of Milton Obote and Idi Amin Dada and other leaders. The National Referral Hospital we have was built under the leadership of Obote and the Amins and other leaders. So Museveni wasn't starting from zero. And I understand we were coming from the ruins of the regimes of Obote and Idi Amin Dada. But you have to understand there are some caveats that you don't have to actually ignore. Some of these wars that we talk about in Uganda were led by the man himself, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Shortly after losing the election in 1980, he was one of the worst performers, and he was leading the military council that organized the election where he lost abysmally. Now, the man whom is thought to have won the election, his name is Paul Kawanga Semwogedere, didn't launch a war. Museveni, who was the worst performer, immediately launched a war that cost over 500,000 people. Museveni's war. So, from zero, if you were building from scratch, that pretty much actually says you had caused the zero, the definition, whatever you mean by zero, that you were starting from. You launched a war on a government after you lost an election.
Start from zero because we were at zero. We are now
we were not at zero. That's a lie.
able to do things by ourselves.
Why in other democracies like the United States and Western Europe, why in those democracies we don't have one man ruling for 5 terms because he needs to do stuff?
That is because those countries have got a different history.
No, it is because those countries have understood that a true leader and a good leader is one who hands over power peacefully and looks at how institutions can outlive him. He can look at how a country can function without him. No, they've got a different history. What do you mean?
But there are other countries. You talked about Israel. Let me give you the example of Israel. Israel is near you here. It is a democracy. Their leaders, what they do, since they created their state, they maximize their leadership resources, because leadership is also a resource.
He enjoys this funny position of I'm a lecturer. Now let me teach you about leadership. Welcome to my civic engagement right now. I'm going to teach you. My name is Lecturer Museveni. Well, I'm sorry for cutting you short. Now, if you're watching this, that means you're watching me from TikTok, from Facebook, and from X platform, formerly Twitter. You can watch the entire thing by heading over to my YouTube channel, Mordecai Morisa Live, this entire conversation. When you get there, please make sure that you join the community, Mordecai Morisa Live, by subscribing. I remind you again, subscription is free, but if you're watching me from Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, please follow. We just hit 400,000 followers on TikTok, 100,000 on Facebook, and 40,000 on X platform. So you might want to be one of those people that fall in those communities. See you on the YouTube, Mordecai Marisa Live.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.